Welcome back! Today I have the ultimate glowing altar guide, and I'm going to explain all the basics, all the mechanics, everything about the glowing altar. I will do my best not to melt your brains. But anyway, strap on potatoes cause we're about to blast off! Let me quickly mention before we get started that I will leave timestamps to each subject, so if you just want to learn a specific thing about the glowing altar, just jump to that subject and you'll be good. Alright, let's get started. Introduction. What is the glowing altar? The glowing altar lets you combine two pieces of gear to get a stronger piece of gear. You can find them in the underworld, and it becomes more common as you descend through the underworld. And the mechanics are complex, so I will do my best to help you understand every single one of them. Now before I head on explaining each mechanics, we have to go over what runes are for those who don't know. Because the glowing altar is based off of upgrading these runes, so you must understand them. What are runes? Runes are special effect on the gear and are generated when you craft. And the higher level your crafting is, the better results you'll get of generating runes. There are 5 of these special runes, each with their unique special effect. For one-handed weapons, runes have a power level of 1 to 5. If it's a two-handed weapon, runes have a power level of 1 to 10. How to determine dominant gear. There are 2 ways to determine if your gear is dominant. For the first method, you're going to need lens. By lensing both pieces of gear, whichever has the highest level will be your dominant gear. The second way the gear could be dominant is if it's custom named. Any custom named gear will always be dominant no matter what. To custom name your gear, you must name it and the anvil, and if you have supporter, you can do this completely free. Otherwise, you will have to pay 10 gold. Enhancements and gem bonuses. When you're combining the 2 pieces of gear, there is a chance that the enhancements can be transferred over to the dominant gear. Some very good examples are when the journey rings transfer over their +6 exploration to your dominant gear, which is really good. And for unwanted enhancements, you would have to smith them off. Runes behave differently. They upgrade by 1 until they're maxed out if the absorbed item has the same or higher level rune. Higher level runes will result in a better chance of upgrading it by 1. But there is a chance that your runes can downgrade if they're mixed with inferior runes, but the chance of upgrading is always higher than the chances of downgrading. There is also a chance that multiple runes can upgrade by 1 if you're lucky. Now here are my tips for better melding results. If the item is of the same type, so the same kind of item, if you have 2 journey rings of the same type, they have a better result of melding. And they also come with a bonus. If they're both planes and combine them, you get a +1 bonus. If you combine a +1 with a +1, you get a +2 bonus. And if you follow the same logic, you'll end up with a +3, the maximum plus bonus on a gear. Having higher level runes will also increase the chances of you getting better melding results. If you're trying to get your A1 to A2, you'll have a better chance of doing that with a A4, A5, A3. But I really recommend combining the same level runes together and save those A5s for those A4s. Melding gear of similar level will also result in a better chance of melding. Offering gold. You can offer up to 100 gold for 100% power. Just drop it onto the altar, and the effects of it reduces the chance of the altar disappearing after use, and it will guarantee at least 1 rune upgrade if it's available. In my opinion, you don't really need gold, but it does make the process go faster. My recommendation is if you have high level crafting, you can supply yourself with a lot of glowing altar fuel. If you don't have any, make sure you provide materials for a crafter. It's gonna help you in the long run. Cool ideas. Alright, and here are my last ideas that you can do yourself, and these ideas could help you out possibly. If you meld all the journey rings into all your gear, there's a chance that the +6 exploration can be transferred over. Now, if you add up all the 6 exploration, it'll add up to 30 exploration, which is really good for speed as well as PvP if that's what you're going for. If you're reincarnating, you can make yourself a max ancient gear. You can have 2 grass bands and a pelt armor and 1 Targe, make them all A5, and you just made yourself the ultimate carning gear. If there's something you don't understand, it helps if you rewatch this video a couple of times, like 2 or 3. Maybe you'll understand it the 3rd time or 2nd. That is everything I have to offer. If I missed anything, you can leave it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, everyone. You have a great day.